Folks, at this point, I am not entirely sure what to put together on this Charlie Kirk thing anymore. There have been so many weird inconsistencies time and time again with what the FBI is putting out, with what, unfortunately, TPUSA is putting out. And just so everybody knows, the first podcast is dropping tonight. I'm not sure when this video is being posted, but it's going to be on this channel here. The link to the channel is going to be below the video. Go make sure you're subscribed. It's a pretty awesome episode. It's with my buddy Nate from Valhalla VFT. We broke down this entire shooting. So there is some weird stuff that has come out. The first thing that seems very odd to me is the TPUSA person put out this big long post about how the surgeon told him that his neck, Charlie's neck, was like the man of steel. Here's the problem with that. HIPAA lasts for 50 plus years after you're dead. And if any of you have been to the ER, I've been to the ER several times for rodeoing, so I understand how it works very well. When you go in, they pretty much can't tell anybody anything until you've signed a form saying that they can share your medical record with others. And it's usually the only people on the list. So if it's some random guy that you work with that wants to come in and hear the whole story, that's against HIPAA. And a violation against that is 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. So to me, that's not making a whole lot of sense. Why? What's the motivation? Could be true, but doesn't really make that much sense. All right, you guys, so I remember trying to help my parents with Medicare, and there are so many scams out there, it's really hard to figure out, and most people end up paying more money than they need to for coverage that they don't need. That's when I was excited when I learned about Chapter. Chapter is the only advisor out there that compares every national plan to find the one that works for you. In fact, I had my parents do a consult with them, and they saved them over $34,000. Incredible. So here's my recommendation. Give them a call. They're gonna explore every plan with you, make sure everything you need is covered, make sure your doctors are covered, and they're gonna make sure that you're not overpaying, which is just as important. So if you want real unbiased help with Medicare, call 572-245-0807. Tell them that I sent you. They'll take care of you just like they did for my parents. Apparently, we have all been asking about an autopsy. Was there an autopsy? Why did they not get an autopsy? Here is the answer, and it is a wild answer.
So I did do the request. They emailed me back. He did not go in for an autopsy. The death certificate was signed by the doctor at the hospital.
Oh, okay. Can you just do a field clip documenting that?
I'm sorry, 10-9?
Can you just add a step to the case documenting that there was no autopsy in
287, I'll be clear to the hospital.
I need an officer at Timpanogos Hospital to come stage in the emergency room bay.
Jesse just told me that he just got on the phone and Charlie's wife is coming to signature and to bring in a car over here for agreement.
Charlie's wife is coming to land at signature, you said?
Sir, and Jesse's going to go to Duncan right now and pick up a car for her.
Okay, a little confused because that's what Corey just said. They said they're landing at Duncan, so I don't know where they're landing, but we will just kind of play it by ear, I guess, best that we can.
Good. So to me, that doesn't make a lot of sense, and here's why. In Utah, when there is a murder or some level of violence, it is almost always required that they get an autopsy done. Here we go, right here. What type of deaths are required to be autopsied? If in the opinion of a medical examiner, an autopsy should be performed, or if an autopsy is requested by the district attorney or county attorney having criminal jurisdiction by the attorney general, the autopsy shall be performed by the medical examiner or a regional pathologist. And then if we scroll up, what type of deaths are required to be investigated? The first one there is violence by gunshot, suicide, or accident. So why wasn't there an autopsy done? We have gone through so many different theories. There are a ton of people online who are pretty much going down conspiracy avenue at this point because the FBI just won't tell us what is going on. It seems like at this point they're just hiding crap, and for reasons that I cannot figure out. Let me go into these posts here. And apparently the FBI is investigating some kind of social media posts by at least 7 different accounts, okay? Not 1, not 2, 7. And they appear to indicate foreknowledge of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. I don't know who sent this to me before, but apparently there was some book out there that was published before he died that was The Assassination of Charlie Kirk or some stupid name on there. But look at this. On September 3rd, it'd be funny if someone like Charlie Kirk got shot on September 10th. Okay. So how would they know that unless they were involved? Then we got September 10th will be a very interesting day. Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope someone evaporates him literally. Let's just say something big will happen. Charles James Kirk, Mr. College Dropout, does not know what's coming tomorrow. Be ready. This isn't a threat. It's a promise. So what is going on with these people? Is the FBI investigating them? Have they arrested them? What exactly are they doing? Because ultimately, these people knew. There's no doubt in my mind. These people knew. And for some reason, we're just sitting here doing what? Saying, okay, no problem. You know, this lone gunman on the roof who's dating a tranny just took this immaculate shot. And I don't care what people say out there. When you have the adrenaline running, when you have that much pressure, it's not a simple shot. It's not. I don't care what Alex Jones said. I don't care what anyone out there says. A 200-yard shot, even with a strong scope, when you have one chance to do it, it's not super hard, but it's not super easy. I don't even know what to think anymore. I really don't. Then there's more video that came out of a guy that's apparently standing on top of a roof. To me, this is the angle that it looks like Charlie got shot in, to where it hit him in the back of the neck, and this was the exit. So here we got him on the top of the roof. We had the muzzle flash that we all saw in the window. Definitely somebody up there, but nobody's doing anything. Nobody did anything. I know there was the one guy in the beginning who was like, hey, there's somebody on the roof. That seems weird. And I know it's a college campus, but this just seems off to me. Then at his memorial, they got all these broadcasters there. I thought, to be honest, the memorial was a little bit off. The fireworks and I don't know, it seemed more like a celebration selling merch there. It just kind of seemed a little bit weird. And I know most people are probably thinking we want it to be more of a celebration of Charlie rather than this like super sad thing. And that's fair. That's very fair. I completely understand that. But the announcers, like it's a sports game, are literally sitting there talking like nobody believes this is actually what happened.
So I was in line with people for 3 hours talking to all the folks. And they were Christians and they were happy and they had families and they were lovely people. And I started talking to them and they were happy and prayerful, and none of them that I spoke to believed that the shooter that they got and have arrested actually did it. And they are
the War Room Posse, it's 0%.
They were and they were angry.
Same with our chat.
They don't need that. They don't, not saying this guy's not a bad guy and an evil guy.
Right.
But they think something, and this is why Kash Patel did announce today that the FBI has officially expanded the investigation. My big fear was you would get a lone wolf, lone gunman, and Utah police and everybody want to shut it down. I think Kash said today that they've expanded it out because we have to.
Okay, great. But did Kash Patel put that out because of the pressure that we've created? Or did he put it out because they thought they had a plan as far as how they were going to address it? And then when everybody was like, this is pretty fucking stupid, then they were like, well, now we're going to be investigating more stuff because clearly the public does not believe us. And clearly the story that we put out is complete BS. Is that the reason why? Because it sure as hell seems like it. Oh, we're not done. By far, the most compelling video that this whole thing is crap at this point is there's a guy out there who apparently is very well connected with law enforcement, with the FBI, who is now saying that the FBI is about to shut down the investigation into Charlie Kirk. Now, let me remind everybody, we just went over a bunch of tweets from what we can find on the internet. We don't have access to everybody's phones like the FBI does and anything else that people were chatting on like Discords and all that other stuff. All we have is what is online. And there are people who clearly knew about it, but let's just shut down the investigation.
This is outrageous, and I'm pretty furious about it. But I did want to come in and report what I just learned from a high-level source. This is confirmed, by the way, at the highest levels, that this is about to happen. The FBI, according to my source, is about to wrap up their investigation into the assassination of Charlie Kirk. They're done.
Unbelievable.
And they are set to announce that Tyler Robinson is the lone gunman. End of story, move along, nothing to see here. That is what the FBI is set to announce. Here we are just 7 days afterwards, and they are ready to come out and make this report. So nothing to see here, move along, don't question anything. You know, all of you, Green Berets and sniper experts and ballistics experts that have so many questions about the trajectory of the bullet. Was it fired by a person on the roof? Doesn't look like it to you at all.
This is such crap. Okay, so y'all are about to shut down the investigation. Okay, so you're not going to look into the statement TPUSA put out about Charlie having a Superman neck, and that's why there wasn't an exit wound or whatever reason they came up with. A 30-06 round did not go through his neck. I don't believe in saying there is no chance of anything ever, because who the hell knows? But it's pretty much a 0.0000, as many zeros as you can count, and then 1% chance that that actually happened. There's nothing in your neck. It's all soft tissue. And then some cervical vertebrae that is not strong. It's not like the bones in your legs that just stay in one position all the time. It's got to be able to move around. It's not strong. Are we just going to sit and be stupid? Is that what we're going to do? This is bad. That's all I got to say.